A few months ago, I announced to the people of Fiji that we are conducting a Restore Blue initiative. In it, I outlined the fact that for a long time, the Fiji Police Force had become a security wing serving the interests of the state. We realized that this had to change. The police is a service, and it must hold true to its own motto, to serve the people. Good policy process requires patience and time, but most importantly, it requires research and asking the people that would be affected by policy their views. A proper identification of the problem is key to this process. The problem is professionalism. And this is not the fault of the hardworking police officers on the ground. It was a systemic problem that could only be solved with systemic change. Fiji is fortunate to have development partners that care deeply about our progress and about our journey towards a proper representative democracy with an efficient and reliable police service. Now, last week, I traveled to Australia with the Australian High Commissioner, His Excellency Ewan MacDonald, to progress discussions with the Australian Federal Police, that is the Commissioner Rhys Kershaw and Deputy Commissioner Les Gale, on how we can work together to strengthen the capability of the Fiji Police Force. I also had the opportunity to meet with both Foreign Minister, Senator the Honourable Penny Wong, and the Minister for International Development and the Pacific, the Honourable Pat Conroy, where we had a good discussions on our joint priorities, including support for Fiji policing. Fijians will have heard me speak previously about the need to restore the police to its rightful place, where the people of Fiji can be confident in the professionalism and the integrity of our police force. Today, I would like to announce that I intend to implement a full reset of the Fiji Police Force. Now, this reset will have several components. First, it will be guided by the development of a new overarching strategy for the Fiji Police Force. This strategy will identify key priorities and the core values that are essential building blocks to a high-performing police force to shape the way forward. We have discussed that Fiji and Australia will work towards establishing a new Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, between the Fiji Police Force and the Australian Federal Police to incorporate our enhanced relationships. Now, the new MOU will supersede the previous MOU that was signed in 2022. This new agreement will facilitate closer cooperation through a number of avenues, including police exchanges between Fiji and Australia, starting at the executive level. We will now commence development of this new MOU as a key priority. Once complete, I will present this new MOU to Cabinet for consideration and endorsement before it is signed with Australia. The new ties established through this agreement are a key component of the reset. They will strengthen the ability of the Fiji Police Force to respond to the needs of the Fijian people. Australia will also provide several individuals to be embedded within the Fiji Police Force to help build capacity. This may be in areas such as intelligence, human resources, and strategic and operational planning. I also intend to appoint a mentor to provide support to the new police commissioner once this appointment is made. As I have said previously, the urgency to appoint a new police commissioner is recognized, and the government is actively working towards a resolution. I also toured a specialist Australian Federal Police training facility while in Australia, and I'm excited about the proposed opportunities the Pacific Policing Initiative offers Fiji and the Pacific. We will explore sending members of the Fiji Police Force to this training facility to build expertise in several capabilities, including tactical, and public order operations, but to also contribute to a joint capability which would be developed to respond to specific needs. This reset represents the next phase in the Restore Blue initiative, a multifaceted strategy aimed at enhancing the effectiveness and integrity of Fiji's laws enforcement agencies, including the Fiji Police Force. I will continue to work on building within the Fiji Police Force a culture of professionalism, guided by the principles of justice, human rights, and the rule of law. I am pleased to be partnering with Australia as we implement this reset. It is another great example of our growing cooperation under the renewed and elevated Wuwale partnership. The Fiji Police Force requires generational change, which will be achieved by resetting the core values of the Fiji Police Force. These core values will shift the culture and expectations immediately and into the future. This organizational transformation will be driven by the new commissioner once they are formally announced. The Fiji Police Force will be bound by a code of conduct, which is fundamental to upholding the professional standards expected of the Fiji Police Force by the citizens of our country. All Fiji Police Force members will act with fairness, reasonableness, courtesy, respect, and without discrimination or harassment in the course of their duties. All members will be held accountable for their work and actions as a Fijian police officer. The Fiji Police Force will be transparent in all facets of their policing duties, and members not complying will not be tolerated. Core values and a code of conduct will ultimately drive the future strategy of the Fiji Police Force and will build community confidence of the police, build prosperous and meaningful engagement with the community, instill integrity of the highest order within the police, enhance relationships and outcomes with other Fijian government bodies, and deliver operational outcomes for the benefit of the whole of Fiji and our wider Pacific brothers and sisters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you should take confidence that the systems and controls in identifying non-compliant behavior are working, as witnessed with high-profile matters over the last few weeks. The efficiency and effectiveness of these controls will be reviewed moving forward. The government is dedicated to making the right choices for the future of our law enforcement and the safety of our nation. Before I conclude, I, at this stage, would like to note my and our government's sincere appreciations to all our stakeholders that are helping us in keeping Fijians safe. In particular, I would like to acknowledge the role that is being played by UNODC, the New Zealand government, the Australian government, and in particular the Australian Federal Police, and also the New Zealand Federal Police. Navaliu.